What's up, guys? Another video brought to you by Millennial Waterfowl. Today we're going to be talking about the Magellan Sportsman 800 boot foot wader. Now, as you saw on the package, these are waders from Academy, and if you look at them, it says they're 800 boot foot. It says it's 3.5 millimeter neoprene. It says they're lighter, they're more comfortable. They have allegedly like really good tracky thick boots. It says it's tank tested. Waders, whatever that means. Down here it says it's tank tested. I don't want to tell you guys why I bought these waders. There's two reasons why I bought these waders. One, I didn't have a pair. And two, they met a pretty good standard that I go off of. The first thing I look for in a pair of waders is the thickness. If you guys buy really thin waders, you're going to get really cold. You can layer up all you want, but you're just going to get uncomfortable and you're going to wear yourself out walking. Now, if you're just going to be sitting in a boat, or you've got a really short walk, or it's late season and it's freezing outside, by all means, man, if you guys want to get a really thin pair of waders and rough it, or you've got some, really good underlayers that you like to wear and they keep you plenty warm and you just need something light and easy, go for it. But these waders, I like that the neoprene, they're heavy. It says these are only like 10 pounds, which I guess is somewhat of an average. It's got the sizes you can buy. I'm not sponsored by Magellan. This isn't an endorsement. This is just me showing you guys what I purchased with my own money on my own time. And I've already opened them up out of the box. They come in a nice foldable box. They come with wrapping. They tell you on the sticker a little bit about it, where they came from, their origin, if you want to pause and read that. It says it will rise to the occasion, that it's good for hunting, blah blah blah, and that it's waterproof protection and windproof protection. Now you come over here to the waders, and here they are, and they really do match the box. There's no hidden things on. They've got a nice belt buckle that straps. And one thing I always liked about waders, and some guys don't really care for, is Velcro straps. I like to be able to adjust my stuff on the fly. When I actually hunt in the field, I shoot right-handed, so I always undo my right strap when I'm actually hunting. I like to feel a little bit freer. I let my left side be my kind of tight side, and that's how I've always shot. I don't like to feel constricted by any means, but these they unvelcro, and it's really easy, really simple. I don't have problems swinging my arm over and grabbing them before, obviously. But it says they've got a, inside they've got like a nice pouch that you can stick your stuff down in. Looks pretty warm, and then the inside it's got like a wool, it says. If you can see in there, it's got like a wool for your pockets. It doesn't look very warm, but again, these are nice and thick. The boots look pretty rugged. The tread on these look pretty gnarly. They're pretty thick. Normally what I have the problems in is right here in the seams, is where I get my leaks, or on the back where you tie your belt in. So I don't even use the belt really. I'll probably take that off. That's just something I do for my own comfort. You don't have to do that. You can wear them as the way they're designed. And when I wear the belt, my jacket likes to ride up on me and like get all up in my face, and I'm not really a fan of that. So I like to keep everything tucked down nice and tight. I like to fold my stuff in, so I'm just kind of one when I walk. With the boat this year, it's going to be a little different, so I should be able to move in and out and stuff, and I've eliminated all the little sharp objects that I can get scratched on or put a hole in these. One thing I didn't like about it is they didn't come with a patch kit. Like the cheaper waders, these were $109 OTD out the door, which isn't bad at all. for, you know, where I do all my hunting and how I hunt and the type of terrain that I'm in, I'll be really surprised. And I'm not knocking on Magellan or whoever this company is, but I don't know if they'll last all season. We'll have to see. This is a brand new brand to me. I've never used them before. I've used Game Winners, I've used Gander Mountain, I've used Redhead from Bass Pro, I've used Cabela's. I haven't used Drake yet. Obviously, they are stupid expensive. And for me, just spending that kind of money on a pair of waders isn't feasible, in my opinion, for me, because one, it's really, really expensive. I mean, they're like $300, and yeah, you know, you buy a really good pair of waders and they'll last forever, in theory. But with me, I just really always have bad luck with waders. I don't know, like, the more careful I am, it seems like the more somehow, unless I'm literally just walking on like a bare flat area with nothing around it into some water, somehow, some way throughout the season, I'll get a small leak. And I don't throw my waders in my truck, or I don't leave them out at night to get cold. Like when I'm done hunting, you know, if I'm like really gross, you know, I like to take them to the car wash and power wash them, and then leave them somewhere in a warm area where they can thaw out and get a little warm for the morning, because everybody knows once you get the inside of your waders wet, it'll never be the same. You can stick a blow dryer in them for hours and it's not going to change anything. I have found if you use cold air in a blow dryer, it does help a lot. And you stick like sponges in there to sop up the water, that does help quite a bit. I've used towels, I've used blankets, paper towels, sheets. I've even got one of those little plastic things you hang it over to help them dry throughout the night, and that does work. To an extent, but I figured, you know, like a $12 blow dryer from like the dollar store, throw it on cold and leave some room for it to breathe and fold them down, works amazing. So just a little quick review on something I bought for the season. I picked them up at Academy. I also picked up a half a dozen blue wing teal from from Academy, and some weights for them. They actually look pretty decent for $29 for 6. I'll show you guys one real quick. This is one of the blue wing teal, the new ones, for $20 for 6-pack. The only reason I think they're so cheap is because of the keels, but I like to put them on opposite. Every other decoy is ran opposite for me. Like one will be facing forward in the wind, and then one will be facing on the butt. I like everything to look a little bit different. As you can see, this is not a blue wing, this is a green wing. If you look really close, this decoy is 2 years old. Not in bad shape for a 2-year-old decoy. It's really not. And if you look at this one, and it's brand spanking new, like it literally came out of the box like yesterday afternoon. There's really not that much of a difference. These teal from Game Winner, they hold up really, really good. I highly recommend them to anybody. Again, not sponsored. I don't have any endorsements. I've had this wood duck for like 3 years. Just a normal woody. I flocked it last year. You can see it's wearing off. I flocked the head that was green, but it works really, really, really well. Looks pretty good to me. So I've got my little setup here for teal opener. I've got like, I don't know, I think it's like 15 decoys. I'm not going to bring my entire spread out to teal hunt. Some people like to throw out, you know, a lot of decoys. I like to just have one little nice wad with a couple stragglers. If you're an avid teal hunter, you guys know that they kind of fly really tight together in tight groups. They land together in tight groups. They swim around together in little tight groups. And, you know, to get their attention, if you're not on a really big lake, you know, these ducks like shallow water typically. They're going to be pretty close together, and if you just put out a teal mojo or a dove mojo or a mallard mojo, I like to throw a teal out typically like 20-30 yards in front of me, and make various little different groups. Sometimes I just throw them all out there randomly, but somewhat close together. and just put a mojo by them, and it does wonders. If the birds want to be in the area, they're going to land either way. So throw out 1 or 2 wood ducks. We can't shoot wood ducks here in the teal opener. I know some states you can have 1 wood duck during teal season, and you know, obviously goose is going to be open. I believe you can have 6 or 8. I'll have to check the regulations, but here in Oklahoma you can't have a wood duck as far as I know from the years that pass. I'll have to double check to make sure, but always throw a woody out there for confidence. I like to take a couple, like 1 drake and 1 hen mallard feeder, and 1 regular mallard and 1 drake mallard feeders, just normal ducks, out with me when I go teal season, just as a confidence thing. Obviously I'm not hunting mallards or big duck during teal season, but it just adds a little bit of character to the spread, and it kind of looks a little more natural. There are some local birds that are running around with these teal once they do get here, and it's kind of cool to have a little bit of a diverse spread. Obviously some people just go out with 4 ducks and a mojo, or a mojo and 2 ducks, and they get the job done just as easy, but it's all depending on where you're going, where the birds are, what you've scouted. I mean, there's a lot of variables, but my little puddle pack, I think I've got plenty of decoys. You know, I've got like I said, a little over a dozen and a half teal, a couple mallards in there, and a few feeders and a wood duck. So that's all for this video on millennial waterfowl. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave me a question down in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe. I am new to the channel, and we've got like 14 days to teal opener, so I can't wait to take you guys with me. If you got any questions, again, let me know. Millennial waterfowl out. Have a good day, guys.